it. Smoke flash, and he drops a P250. This is basically what we said in the previous pistol, which is kind of awesome. But there is.
That's why.
That's why.
There's the P250 commercial right there.
Yeah, the one-shot range. Let's go. Equalizer by none other than Adren. And G2 are going to push into the A bomb site momentarily. Adren will spot it, and he's repositioning. He's in a good spot to get another quick kill, but he won't. Variance of the pistols is going to favor G2 enormously. A very simple round, but a very well-executed one. Hobbit will come in from the back, and well, try as he may, he will be faced with nothing but failure in this instance. One round for G2 on the T side, and I think, okay, we saw them start on the CT side last when they played VP, right? We didn't really see them T side?
Yeah, they had the 13-2 half CT side.
Cool, so we get to see G2's T side. T side, James.
Pick up a penguin. Obscure UK advert reference. Advertisement, also known as commercial.
Penguin jokes are the best jokes in the world.
Pingu is what's missing from the DC universe. That's why their films are failing.
They've already got a black and white villain.
No Molotovs here for G2, but again, French teams on cash. Are their own thing. Mixwell, the emigrator. No, he's not. What am I trying to say?
Immigrants?
Here? Immigrant, yeah. The immigrant player. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to like make a sentence out of it. Mixwell, the immigrant player, the immigrant edition, the alien of the team. You could say that, right? Like in the US, they call people aliens. So I guess he's the alien of the team. Not that they are in the US, but we are, and that's enough for me. Dozie's had some highlights recently. Hopefully that's not the only highlights he gets this game.
Hopefully. Well, Dozier, he might be offered another 1D opportunity here. There's Mixwell is just lurking around. Ooh. Don't do it, Mixwell. Don't do it. No.
He's got to exit somewhere.
Take it. He's fine.
Pop, 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 pop.
So annoying, isn't it? Okay. Full save coming in from Gambit. And we sort of wait until we see the buy rounds. There's always a sort of like bit of downtime. It's not quite as much downtime as you'd have in a game like StarCraft though. Where sometimes it can be like the first 10 minutes of the game, like there's nothing really to talk about.
You just talked about their history of the matchup. They would spend a lot of time building up the history of the two guys that played, two teams. Very common Molotovs. Someone could technically have crossed the checker box. These are some really good Molotovs. Like basically all you need for your anti-force buy. I think these are the ones you were calling for Verge Pro to use, James, for when they rush B and got eco'd.
Molotovs on sites. Very important. Compromise the places in which your opponent can stand. Force them out into the open, into the daylight, as Coldplay would say.
And the thing as well is that it only costs you to do that $800. It's really cheap to do that because you only need 2 Molotovs. It's not like, and you basically everything is sort of accounted for already then if you do that. And so, and even if they can find like another spot to run to, you will have an angle most likely on them running to that spot. So it's.
What's that second signature on? I mean, the third sticker on NBK's. I can't tell whose signature that is.
Towards the barrel of the gun? Towards the end
Next
of the
is
gun?
Chewy 2K.
Oh man, you're killing me. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I just want to know now. Oh, he almost inspected it. Oh.
Oh, he's got, oh no.
What? I don't even know what team that is. Someone's got to tweet us.
Well, that doesn't help, does it, NBK? He's trolling us. We'll have to wait and see.
Light blue. It's like a teal, almost.
Yeah, I don't know what even tournament it is. But perhaps we will see once he deploys some grenades. Is that PGL? It's PGL tournament. Oh! cannot for the life of me. I mean, I could just go and inspect his inventory, but where's the fun in that? Oh, is it steel? That wouldn't make any sense. Or it does.
Steel
Oh,
Aga.
it
Yeah, it is
is
steel,
steel.
yeah.
Okay, we're there. We made it, boys.
I was like, is that Immortals or?
Oh. One minute mark and G2, will they aggress into the mid position and most certainly flashing for it, the double peek. They will see Adren by the right white box. Wouldn't expect two players though. Look at that peek from both of them. That is quite nice from Gambit. Apex in a position to see that they've backed off. And with 50 seconds left on the clock, maybe they'll be happy with that. One player in a headshot. Mixwell has no grenades though. And Hobbit's in the red. Two-man defense at the B bomb site, not going quite well. The third man is here, but can he get the frags, Adren? Where does he look? Can't look anymore. Mo will take his place, and they're just waiting, G2. Seems they sensed him, they detected him. Then they infected him with bullets.
Very winnable. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I got confused. Very winnable situation. And now more so. He knows where the flash came from as well. He's got to decide between 3 spots, basically. Default, spam, headshot, like maybe oranges. Oh, the first 2 shots are missed. Window of opportunity.
Window of opportunity.
I love windows.
I love double and triple glazed windows, James. There's not enough of them in the States. If there was double glazed window,
You like triple glazed windows?
just get rid of all the sound. I don't need any sound.
Yeah,
from
but
outside.
triple glazed windows compromises your phone's reception.
I don't care, James.
Really?
Yeah. I stayed in a hotel next to a helipad once and had triple glazed windows, and you basically got no reception there, but you know, had Wi-Fi inside. Yeah. It was fun to watch the helicopters take off.
Is that why reception is so bad in hotels? Sometimes?
Well, they don't normally have triple glazed windows. It'd be very rare that you would stay in one with triple glazed windows, Launders.
Oh.
But they don't really, in America, a lot of the places I've stayed is rarely, like not hotels, but like Airbnbs or whatever it might be, seemingly like there's just a low amount of double glazing. But in the UK, it's very common for every property to have it. Almost, the vast majority.
So we save money on glazing. That's why we're #1.
Number 1 in single glazing.
The thing is that not only is it really good against sound, it's like incredibly hard to break into it. It's like very, very resilient. Whereas single glazing is, well, lack of double glazing is very, very, very fragile. Right, James?
Does anyone else think of
In
donuts?
comparison, sure.
You ever try to smash one?
I've smashed a few single glazes. Had some fun with the catapult.
Nice.
Popped a few windows.
I knew I could rely on you, James, having the actual hands-on experience of smashing windows.
The main pastimes when I was a teenager were throwing stones. Throwing stones at windows just to see if we could hit them. Not to break them, but just to, you know.
It's great because the window gives
Paul,
you.
we have stones. What do you want?
It's great because the window gives you confirmation when you hit it by breaking into pieces.
And getting a catapult when we could, they were hard to find, like proper strong catapults. And the trees near us would have these.
You mean like slingshots?
Yeah, they'd have these seed things. I don't know what they were, but once I blasted a guy in the eye with it. He asked me to try and hit him, and I hit him pretty bad.
I can see.
Gave him a massive
That's for it.
welt in his eye.
Nice push from C's. We've seen some great stuff from C's recently on Gambit, and that's a good way to start off the round. This is something we wanted to see as to we want to see out of VP. We didn't see them play the TT side, so I will retract that statement. But it's great to see the Gambit are enforcing themselves, impressing themselves upon their opponents here, taking away map control. And the quick push from Buddy there in mid to try to get some map control is not going to work out. G2 needs something here. Kenny, yes! Ooh, you expect him maybe to get that, but it's a leg for him.
It's unlucky for C's. He would have heard the connection with the grenade, but NBK had enough of a gap in the smoke to get the kill anyway. G2 struggling for us round number 6 here. Mixwell, one of the 2 players seen. He needs the opening, but the guy on the site doesn't need to show anymore because he can trade. However, the Molotov will cause problems and force some grenades out. It might compromise the trade position. Now they know Mixwell is alone. Versus 4 players, though 2 of them are heavily tagged. Who is the initial engager? The smoke is down for CT, but Hobbit will manage to win the duel, and that's round number 1 on the board for Gambit.
That's what we wanted to see Virtus Pro doing. That is, like, they lost their first kill, and then they went for all these different, much more safe picks, and they actually got away with the one in A main. They almost got that kill on default on B with mollying it out, and then having Mixwell fight the guy, and then Kenny S almost won his duel at mid as well. So, you know, even though they were down 4-5, they had a lot of chances to come back into that round.
It's cool because it feels like we're getting some proper cash. Now I felt a little bit denied in the previous matchup with VP. And I'm excited for the prospect that Gambit are going to be able to forge their way back into this one now that they have won a round. And they've got good equipment. Now we've got some harassment from MBK around the door. Again, this is something, by the way, MBK has been doing for a long time in his career. Harassing door on the T side. Very good player to watch for that. He's often sort of a secondary caller, lurker. But obviously we know that his role has changed as the main caller. So interesting that he plays the same spot. And Hobbit will take down Kenny S, trying some shenanigans. And he will pick off a player in mid, so that's a good result from Kenny. Where's the response though? Apex just running out there by himself. Oh no, they're running out one by one, Launders.
That's true.
It's just the timing allows the Adren to get the kill there. 4 versus 2, and it's getting more difficult. Gambit might survive in the numbers. Hobbit with a glorious headshot onto the last player, but they have 2. Yeah, he collects the AWP.
The young 4K, almost all different spots. Well done. And he had teammates' assistance the entire time. And he flashed out to into B main, so you come out of vents. Got the op, push with it. Good stuff. Yeah, they were a little bit discombobulated at mid. I don't know if it was because they were flashed, or if it was intended that Apex go over boost alone. Might not be something that we are supposed to know.
We may never know.
We may never.
Never ever. That
Never ever.
knife has a moustache on it.
Nice.
Knife, not nice.
Nice.
Well, Gambit kept the second AWP. We see a very deliberate spread of weapons here for G2. Very aggressive grenades down towards main. Expecting a fast play in the A position. Gambit are pretty committed here. They're playing on the site, so they're not going to play retake. They won't play long range. They have not identified yet what buy is here for G2, but now they realize it's a force. Starting to stream in other G2 players, or trying to, but there are so many grenades here. Body's so close, so many targets for Mo. And he will hit every single one that he tries to. Just the 1 kill for G2, so Gambit have really made some money in these rounds.
That was a nice round. I mean, nice. I think they threw the deep Molotov into A main, but they didn't play off of it once they felt like it was going to be a rush. And I think they might have had a flash come at them. That was some kind of tell, because they immediately rotated one person in A. They kept their opera there. They were so confident it was going to be fast, and G2 went and followed up without realizing that they were getting called out.
The question is what G2's responses are going to be when they get that next spy. How do you guys feel about Apex on G2?
I felt like Apex, well, before I felt like there were some games where he wasn't playing well, and then he would get too aggressive when he wasn't playing well.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think anybody does things because they like want their team to lose. I don't believe anyone's that dumb, but I think that sometimes he might have been like trying to get his confidence back, and that cost him rounds or something. I don't know. But overall, you know, it's pretty insane.
I like watching his aggression.
Yeah, I feel like the evolution of Apex would essentially, and like him sort of becoming a bit more of a rounded player in that sense, and ultimately then a better decision maker, but a bit more consistent. That would be sort of one of the tipping points for G2 to become incredibly sick. But we'll see with this. I mean, this is a completely new look G2. They got Mixwell. He's incredibly good, of course. He offers a very strong secondary off to Kenny. And you've got leadership in MBK. And I think MBK is an incredibly smart player. Star power as well.
Yeah, with Shocks on the team, it was hard to think of somebody who is more like well-rounded in some sense, but
Yeah.
MBK is super well-rounded, especially now that you can say that he's IGL'd as well. Because I think before he just had it all, and he's very consistent, reliable, safe, all those great words.
All those great words. He's a great AWPer as well, but he will not be required on this team to do any AWPing really, I would imagine.
Is that smoke from Molly on the roof?
I don't think that works anymore, so I think they patched that out. I'm not sure why he threw it exactly.
Nice. That is a big pick, and I wonder if Hobbit realizes that that's the lurker based on the position and the timing in the round. Because if so, then a rotation happens, and with the pressure that they felt, that's enough of an argument we can see for them to shift the rotation. So 3 on A. Ooh, Adren pop flashed into Lockers. I don't think he's seen Apex, but Apex surely knows he's there. Wow, that's a really big miss, and Apex is suddenly creating massive opportunities. Kenny gets a pick, and Hobbit, who takes a peek on mid for info, and now Gambit are in a horrendous spot. Mo can save them.
Good things come to those who wait. Mo flashed off, doesn't fire the shot though, because he would have been guaranteed the kill. Dozier gets one, but that's the bomb site lost, and now Dozier's alone versus 3. What a collapse. One misplay in main cost 2 lives and the round, maybe. Dozier appears to be going for it though, so we'll see if he can get anything done. Spots the forklift player. Now, he doesn't have a kit. There could be one on the site, but he's still holding. Apex, does he go for it?
Oh man.
The flash is there, and Dozier's still going to the well, but at what point does he choose to save? Swap positions now, Dozier bodying Apex, maybe because of the flashbang. But surely it's time to get out of there, Dozier.
He wants more frags. I think it was really cool, like, someone, we saw Mo on the site. Mo was in a position where he could have gotten 2 kills realistically. But there was a flashbang that actually was 100, he got 100% blind. And so he couldn't hear anything. So you saw his reaction after he was no longer blind. He took a peek as though he felt they would be closer than they actually were. And he actually had a lot more time than he thought that he did, because he had no info whilst he was blind for so very long.
There was actually a molly on him. There was a late
Oh, there
molly.
was?
Yeah,
oh, okay, never mind then.
But yeah, he waited. He waited a while for a flash from his team.
Nice. So 6-4 situation for G2, double orbs, and A main take again. Kenny taking down Adren, and that will cause a rotation.
I don't know if he saw that there were 3 people in main as well, because 2 are behind the box. That's C's turn to go for the smoke play. He won't make the same mistake, just holding an angle towards the box, but MBK, oh my days.
He's so fast.
That was ridiculous, and C's might need 2. Will he be peaked? He's got his grenades in. There's a smoke for C's as well, so main will be contained. But for how long? We are at the minute mark. There is a play heading towards Squeaky, so maybe it'll be the ultimate place for G2. Kenny's still boosted. Hobbit playing off angles. Ooh, one might see the other. Maybe, I feel like Body might see Hobbit from those angles, but he's backing off for the time being. Creating space, trying to maybe pull people into mid. Kenny's fallen off the boost position to take a look at main, but they won't know if anybody's towards lockers, so they may have to expend some utility. In the meantime, Hobbit making some guesswork towards the B bomb site, but nothing doing.
It's fair to say the level of cash has been much better this game.
Yep.
Both ways.
Yeah, it's looking much more normal. It's weird, isn't it? Sometimes it's hard to quantify. You look at a match, like we saw the VP match, and it's just like, this is just wrong. This looks wrong. Well...
It's like a well-done steak.
Yeah. Yeah. You sound better, James. You sound less nasally and congested.
Trying to consume all the mucus there. I'm trying to absorb it.
Oh, I don't want to think about that.
Through my fibers and make it become a part of me again. We're getting there. I can still feel the nasally tone though, but
yeah.
There's only so much one can do. We must press on.
Do you want some coffee, James?
I had one, thank you.
Do you want more?
No, I might need a trip to the toilet if I have another one. I do not desire one of those right now. 7-4 in favor of G2. It's nice when you pop the window early because and consistently, it's reasonable to expect a lurker to always be around the B bomb site. And you can... Oh my god. Is it the crouch, or is Mo just half awake at the moment? What? How's he got that so fast? What's going on?
I don't know. He was probably right at white box as soon as Kenny has
my
the round's over.
What is that round?
Everyone died.
I don't understand how Apex... That's why I like Apex.
I think Apex got to white box, and then Kenny has creeped out late to peek Mo. I think Mo actually shot. He just shot too fast on the crouch peek. This is crazy. He was like walking at the top of highway moments after.
How did he get
turn the corner? Maybe
there?
he walked all the way up. Crazy things, man.
That's the thing, like when Apex is on his top level, is super sick, but that consistency, the quest of all professionals, the hardest thing to find. Oh, it's a stampede, a CT stampede. Would you guys like enjoy that sort of like safari experience in Africa, like witness like a real sort of, I don't know, stampede of some description?
Of course.
How could you not?
Yeah.
How
life.
could you not?
Have either of you ever done that sort of thing?
I've done a stampede.
Like proper safari in like Africa or something?
Of Black Friday. Does that count?
Oh, right.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
Human
Isn't
stampede.
that buying electronics on the internet?
Not on the internet. I mean, it's meant to be.
People get trampled.
I see.
People
I
get
see.
trampled, man.
It took me a few seconds to see what you did there. Get those TVs from like Staples or something.
I actually realized that you guys in Europe don't have it. You guys are like civilized or whatever.
Yeah.
We say Europe, but the French fight people for Nutella. when Nutella, as they say, when it's on sale, they will fight. French people, you don't expect that from them, but that's why it is very much safari, because French people and Nutella, that's the thing, man. Especially all the North Africans in France as well. They love themselves some Nutella. Nutella.
They take themselves very seriously when it comes to like the sweet stuff, right? Be like in the morning, that's they want sweet things, which I can't do personally.
Oh, I should move there.
Yeah.
I have a strawberry banana
Italy's-
crepe with whipped cream every morning.
Italy is similar, but not quite as crazy. But breakfasts aside,
Breakfast
we've got G2 making a meal of Gambit, and Hobbit dying is kind of an issue because now Gambit has to spread out their defense. You can see Mo's kind of alone in mid, doesn't really have support. This is always going to be risky, but he's going to go for it. I think it's a good risk to go for because you want to get something back, but he realizes after the shot he has to evacuate immediately. And there's so many options here. Well, actually, maybe there's not because G2 only have 30 seconds, so they have to run and gun their way into B now. Dozier awaits a flash from Adren. That could be money. Let's see just how money it is. Will Dozier's eyes be covered in dollar signs? There's one frag. Adren will be able to get another with the distraction, but G2 have overwhelmed the bomb site.
That pop flash was so perfectly timed. It's like a Marvel movie. Hero saving the day on the brink of defeat. Mo thought he was safe to look towards checkers and vents with the smoke on the side, but apparently not. We move into the last round of the first half. There's only 4 rounds here for Gambit. It looked promising. It is hard on the CT side, especially against a team with the might, the prowess, the danger factor of G2.
Yeah, in the last 2 rifle rounds, Kenny S just totally out off. I don't know if it was Mo both times or it was Hobbit once or something randomly opping white box. I think it was Mo at white box and then Mo at Z, so you know those are back-breaking rounds to lose your opper.
So this is how you smoke from the white box without exposing your position. Very simple. I crouch and have to find out where he's standing, just as good. So if you want to re-smoke from white box, don't face mid and do it, because people like me will shoot you.
I like that smoke to be a little bit poofier actually on oh.
I like that because MBK has been doing that very consistently, so they finally punished him. And it's just unfortunate that it's in the very last round that they found a way to get the kill there.
You've got to commit to your sentence there, like the poofy smoke.
Oh yes, so when the if the smoke comes out a little bit, then someone can stand beside it on like the close wall.
You mean a CT can?
Yeah. So if
hide
you're pushed
from someone
up,
who's in the boost.
if someone comes up the boost, yeah. So I like to leave the smoke a little bit poofy, whether or not someone's standing there.
We actually saw that as well from Gambit from Hobbit, I think, where that poofiness created a 2K for him.
That's right. Yeah, Mixwell, I think, actually got that spray transfer last map too.
Yeah, true that. Well, Gambit will be trying to get this last run against G2 with a 2v3 a retake. Mixwell, Apex and Buddy looking to hold strong on the B bomb site. They've got good post plant positions. Apex forward, could catch Mo in the back. Oh, Buddy could catch Mo in the front and the back. The sandwich. All that's left is seized.
I've seen you win these.
That is how the FAMAS looks in real life, by the way. Even so, people are wondering, why is their wear like that when it's factory news? Because that's how they literally look in real life. FYI, that is how they look. 11 rounds for G2.
Apex 21 kills.
Wow.
Apex.
He's having a whale of a time. You know, they call scuba diving in France plonger.
Oh, because you're plunging around.
I like that. Plonger.
You plunge.
Plongee. It sounds pretty.
French and Italian, just like these languages, everything just sounds amazing. It's just anything and everything sounds amazing. Like even for example, okay, that's not friendly for the stream. No more. I'll tell you afterwards. I'll tell you afterwards.
I'm glad we had this chat.
I feel like maybe if you said it, James, you could pull it off. I don't know if I can pull it off, so I'll leave that one. You can ask me afterwards. So the pretty standard setup here from both teams, except you get an extra man on the side for G2. And they have the smoke kit on Body, who is playing car. So G2 are really well positioned to stop this, actually. Although that will not help Apex out all that much.
Moving into the site with the numbers, the bombs at the feet. NBK, how is he still alive? That's embarrassing. Adren, oh dear.
Oh my god.
He may have felt like he had no other option, that he was going to die. Probably had multiple guns on the site, so tried to make the best of it, but made a meal of it.
It almost looks so cool.
Like how he points in contact. Most is like watching it the entire time. It's so funny.
That's not, I don't know. I'm sure it was supposed to bounce into main because that's the worst kind of main smoke possible.
Yeah.
Because T's can burst out of that in any direction.
Yeah, it was like almost perfect, and then it like hit the ramp and bounced out.
Ironically, that's kind of an inspiring smoke because.
Oh my god.
Guys.
Unlucky for Mo. I feel like you could, as a T, you could probably throw a smoke like that from the beginning of main when people throw pop flashes. Because on an eco round, if you could get a smoke out like that, I feel like you could really cause some absolute havoc with a pop flash afterwards.
Yeah, that's a good point. You should make a video about that.
Yes. More notes to be had.
Because you don't want people peeking you. You can use to get out. Got something going.
Okay, well, it's down to the Deagles here for Gambit. They've opted to go purchase armor with it. We see some helmets as well. Hobbit will get the first one going. That's a really, really big one because now it's going to be interesting because G2, if they were against rifles, they may actually be incentivized to push. Because they're against pistols, it may be more unlikely that they'll push.
That was a weird time and place for Apex to push, right? Because he had a Falmus and he was by himself.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you don't want to give that up. You're not going to make too much money off of this, and you're alone.
And G2 will play retake on the bomb side, and this is good. You can see why. If you play on the site, the pistols can play close range with you. If you play far away, then you can obviously use the rifles with a bit more success, and the pistols are harder. Although, they do have Deagles, so Deagles aren't quite the CZs, not quite as good as the CZ at close range. That's Luck is coming in from Hobbit. This could be very problematic. Mo's going absolutely mental here. Can he get an extra kill? He can't quite do it. Hobbit's now coming in from the back, and he's got somewhat of a crossfire here, although it's not really going to work out. He's going to press forwards, and he will get taken down. And that's one of those rounds where you feel like I don't know, like 1 Deagle, 2 Deagles, 3 CZs would actually have been much better because the CZs on the site are far superior to hold the closer ranges. And then it also allows you to get additional smoke or flashbangs with it. So there's a lot more utility. And also, or helmets, because like only 2 had helmets. So the 5 Deeks is cool though, but I don't know if I like it with all the armor that they had.
I think you do want a good balance. You should think about your deagle as like it is kind of like a discount op in that sense. If you're going to go within the pistol genus.
The crisscross smokes.
Pop, pop.
And 3 out of Squeaky. So trying to pull a player from A into that mid position. And maybe they will get a plant out of this. So very, very deliberate. Lots of intent there from Gambit. We can see the round they were trying to construct, and they've managed to tick off the worst case scenario. That's not a good flashbang for Adren, unfortunately. But I mean, he's got a chance of winning this round now. If he had found Mixwell first, perhaps, but not to be on this occasion. I have a nice pop flash. Where if you have somebody by that forklift wall, and you are behind this double stack here on quad, you can throw a pop flash which goes over the forklift under the balcony and allows them to peek, which is
Allows
really
you to
cool.
peek.
It allows the guy behind the forklift wall to peek.
Okay.
So it's like a pop flash for them. So if anybody's pushing them, if they're not further than forklift, they're going to get hit by the flash. And it obviously goes all the way back to car as well. So
That's cool.
it is quite a nuisance. Bardock flash. Look at that grenade. Oh, John James Cena. Congratulations on your 1,000 points. We're seeing some weird grenades today. Cena got wrecked, by the way. He got beasted by the Undertaker, but I really wish the Undertaker would retire. Anyway, back to CS. That's the worst kind of smoke in mid. Sometimes you throw it too short by accident, and it's just the implications are horrible. They're horrific.
Very poofy, the smoke. And MBK will assassinate Adren. The trade is there. Mixwell asking questions.
Oh my god.
And this is very powerful now. Mixwell can be a round-winning player for the team. Free kill on Hobbit. Hobbit's basically dead.
Oh!
The timing.
That was CSGO. That was a CSGO commercial.
Oh my god, the timing is so painful. It's so horrible when you see that, isn't it? It's so depressing. Everyone, we've all been wrecked by that. Oh my god.
That supersedes any analysis of that round.
That's so sad.
Pretty nice shot from Hobbit.
True. But you just feel like Mixwell was cheated.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how it always feels when you get like a timing like that.
Sometimes you get
cheated.
dealt a bad hand.
Yeah. I feel like there's a grand conspiracy. Okay, so a quick rush down to the white box position just to eliminate all the players with the pistols using the ranges in the open spaces. Ranges and open spaces. Makes for easier to clear places. Okay, so back to the B-bomb side here for Gambit after clearing mid, well and truly. Which is cool, because they put a lot of threat towards A, actually. And so that means that B is actually essentially clear. So it waltz in. They'll do a happy little dance into that bomb side. Jovial, convivial occasion.
What is a convivial occasion?
Just, I don't know, it's just an occasion for revel, you know, where you revel and party, and it's joyful, and
Your explanation
you
sucks.
drink.
I will consult the internet.
Convivial. Have you not heard that one before?
No.
Oh. I teach so many words to myself as well.
Dusky?
I just say words and then like, what does that mean again?
Convivial. Of an atmosphere or event, friendly, lively, and enjoyable.
Yeah.
Huh.
Of or befitting a feast, festive. Fond of feasting, drinking, and merry companies. Jovial. Convivial. A convivial collection.
Convivial is a very boring way. Like, it's a boring word, isn't it? It doesn't suggest like a joyous occasion. It suggests
Just more boring, James. Lack of diversity
section
in your
of a
vocabulary.
library.
What's more boring is using the same word for everything. Or for a thing.
I don't know. Depends on how sexy the word is. the word is convivial, then maybe it's better than the actual word convivial.
You prefer jovial? Jovial's not much better, James.
I like joyfication. You could go from a word to a phrase. You could get real nasty in this.
That's not sufficient, Jace. You got to be careful.
You get real nasty.
Oh my God, GT doing so much damage with the pistols. Only Apex with the Kevlar, and he's got 3 kills already, up to 27 frags as he's working that A-bomb, so he's working it hard. Speaking of, now they have to work their way to the other bomb site, to the other side of the map as Gambit want to try to secure the round here. Ooh! Oh, he's working on the ace. That's a beautiful shot, isn't it? Oh my God. I didn't believe he could do it, but he did.
What were you saying about Apex? Never doubt Apex.
Well, Doze is going to get ripped by Mixwell. But what a round from Apex. My God, that. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe he could do that. I didn't believe it was going to happen.
All the shots.
I mean, his health was already quite low, I believe.
What's he at? What's he at? How many kills?
28, 27. Kills. 28 or 27.
I'm glad we narrated that by talking about dictionary, basically. Would you have it any other way?
Education's important. Educate, don't denigrate.
They double up a lot. They double up like, well, we've only seen them win, so they double up when they're winning, which means they have a surplus of economy, but double upping is very dangerous for your economy.
Yes.
Opportunist. Double AWPing is the best double AWPing. Oh, there is a sniper rifle on the floor. I shall take this. I shall make it mine. Pillage. The pillage AWP. Pillaged. The pilfered. I thought how curious I do struggle to get the Molotov from the white box position, so that is some inspiration from G2. Despite the failure, it suggests that there is success to be had. Apex with a very off angle. I like the approach, and Gambit with that forward smoke grenade once again, which is an issue to deal with in mid, and can allow T's to get out such as T's has here. Oh, he spots the helmet, but NBK will take C's away. He'll scalp him, leaving 3 Gambit players against the match points of G2 here on Catch. We move to Mirage as the second map of this series. Kenny, how did he miss that one? Willing to jump peek for the information and punish afterwards. Dozier and Mo remain unanswered kills, courtesy of G2. They will leave Mo alone. Off angle being held.
Ooh.
Apex could have gone tighter. That was a nice look from Mo.
Yeah.
But he has much work to do. He is carrying the bomb, but with 20 seconds, his options are beginning to dwindle yet more.
They dwindle. Let's see what he can do though. Looking to swindle his way into this bomb site, but no. It's going to be 16-6.